Well, imagine having the late, great Tony Bennett say this about you. I love the way you sing. You're yourself, which makes you an original singer. Your phrasing is perfection. Those words were about my next guest, Gregg Arthur, a man endorsed by the biggest names in jazz, with songs like this.
Just you and I, we're watching the lights with you in my arms. It's a beautiful night.
Gregg Arthur, welcome to McKnight Tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
Mate, it's a pretty good day at the office when Tony Bennett is singing your praises like that.
Yeah. It's like getting praise from the Pope if you're a Catholic, certainly.
It certainly is. And I actually have the full letter here, which shows it wasn't just that he said. He actually wrote you this lovely letter with his autograph at the bottom. How did you feel when you received that?
Very humbled. I got to meet him through working with some brilliant musicians in the United States, Vinnie Falcone, Tom Rainier, Clayton Cameron. And I was honored to be working with them while I was over there in various shows and at various clubs. And Mr. Bennett just got wind of what I do. And I think he was surprised that an Australian loved this music so much, because it's really America's classical music.
Yeah.
They call it the Great American Songbook. And he really enjoyed the way I interpreted the music myself and wasn't trying to copy anybody. He appreciated that.
Well, you mentioned Vinnie Falcone. You did a Las Vegas residency with him. He was Frank Sinatra's musical director. I can only imagine the stories he had to tell over a few drinks.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? The most interesting thing I can tell you about Vinny was that the first time I worked with him, he was very tough because I was filling in for somebody. I don't know who was sick. Somebody couldn't turn up, and I got recommended, and he didn't really want to know me. Somebody from Australia.
Of course, you were the fly-in.
I was the fly-in, and somebody from Australia couldn't possibly know these songs properly, but I proved him wrong, and we had a great time, and we became instant friends. And later on, we were rehearsing for something, I think a big convention at the Las Vegas Convention Center, and it was going to be orchestra and horns. And he went through the orchestrations with me, sat at the piano. I sat on the stool with him, and he was telling me, well, with Frank, we used to look at the high notes and the low notes and then work out what was going to be the longest note and where we should hold the orchestra back and where we should come in full force. And he just talked about what he did to work with Frank to prepare for a show. And I found that invaluable.
And you're having that experience, which is amazing because you have worked with some amazing names, including Bobby Darin's musical director, Rob Rosario, Tony Bennett's pianist, Tom Rainier. What is it like working with this caliber of people?
Well, it's a great honor. I'm always humbled by it, but I've also put in a hell of a lot of work in my time, and so it comes across as a mutual respect thing. I'm lucky enough to say that we come in as equals when we're working together. It's not like they're training me for something.
Yes.
But it's always very humbling. It was the same with our own maestro, Tommy Tico. That was always so much fun, and he was a dear friend, and I miss him very much. There's the wonderful Peter Locke, one of the world's best vocal accompanists.
And I mean, he is brilliant. There's a part that I don't think we've got as part of this clip where he does a little bit of a solo, and it's just beautiful. But you've got your stage presence. You look very much at home on the stage.
Always very relaxed. Sometimes people talk to me about being nervous, and I think that the thing I've got going for me since I was very young working with Julian Lee, great Australian jazz pianist, actually a New Zealander, but he was.
If they're good, we claim them.
We claim them, yes, like Russell Crowe.
That's
yes,
right.
and Sam Neill. I think that when you're prepared and you know exactly what you're doing and you've just got to get the job done, then I never get nervous. I only get nervous if I don't know what's going on.
Well,
that's always terrifying.
Yeah, I understand that. But you've had such a successful career, but it was almost cut short when you were diagnosed with leukemia. How did that diagnosis change your life and get you to where you are now?
Well, at first I tried to ignore it, and I didn't tell anybody that I was sick. And that was a huge mistake in retrospect. I tried to keep going in the United States because I was enjoying the work and there was a lot of it. And my ego did not let me just say, okay, I've got to take a year off and work this out.
So you kept trying to work?
I did. And I kept trying to work in the United States, which is a double whammy, really, because the healthcare system over there. I was
about to say medical insurance.
Very, very tough. And my insurance that I had as an expat working over there did not cover this. So it was a very expensive thing, but the expense is nothing. I'm alive now thanks to Dr. Sam Milliken, who's now a dear friend at the Kinghorn Institute at the Sydney Hospital. And I owe him so much, and I'm very healthy now and touring and getting back out there. And but for a while it was very dodgy.
And I can see the effect it still had on you. I can see the emotion that as soon as I mentioned it, it was almost like the memories came rushing back.
I'm very, very lucky to be so healthy. Yeah.
Well, and now you are still doing what you love, and you are performing this Thursday. You'll be on the stage at Jazz at the Lounge at 7:30 p.m. at the Concourse. What can people expect from this performance?
This is, I think, Sydney's most beautiful venue for cabaret and jazz, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's a 300-seat theatre at Chatswood Concourse called The Lounge, and it's just so perfectly set out, tiered level seating with little tables for a drink, a magnificent stage, a great quality piano, sound system, everything. It's so nice. And I get to perform at this one a mixture of my favorite standards ever written by Rodgers and Hart. You're listening to My Funny Valentine. Cole Porter, George and Ira Gershwin, alongside of songs that I've written that have been inspired by their beautiful writing. I've been writing since I was about 18 or 19 years old, and I always trying to strive to create beautiful songs that stand up to these classics by these men and women. So I'm looking forward to putting that mixture together, a kind of a half and half show of classic standards and brand new songs of mine.
Well, you can certainly hear that influence in your original music, which those songs are just great as well. So congratulations on an amazing career. You can get tickets to see Gregg Arthur live in concert by going to theconcourse.com.au. It really does look like a terrific night. Gregg, thanks for joining us on McKnight Tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
Fun, insightful interviews from a washed-up producer with nothing to lose. McKnight Tonight. McKnight Tonight. It's good night from McKnight.